Hey there, real quick, before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, you're right. This always seems so much brighter for some reason. There's so much stuff going on in the chat.
I think we're broadcasting right now.
Wait, what?
I think you're broadcasting this right now.
We are?
I'm pretty sure. We didn't have an intro.
What happened?
Let's try the intro again. Ready, set,
Wait, no,
intro.
Wrong one. You gotta click on the lesson beginning. There you go.
Straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names and the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clapple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Well, that was unique. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and today we're going to try something new. We're going to have you be the in-studio student. You're going to pretend, if you've never been to one of these lessons before, that's fine. That might not have made any sense, but you're just going to pretend like you're here in the studio learning the song right along with me. And right over here is the camera person and the chat moderator, Jazzy James and the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? So tomorrow is my mom's birthday.
Yes.
So we're going to go see Little Women.
Wait, time out. Tomorrow's your mom's birthday?
Yeah.
It's not even on my calendar. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And what?
We're gonna go see Little Women tomorrow. It's almost out of theaters, but we're catching it just in time.
That's cool.
I've never read the book.
Oh.
But it's just
fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm
Little
really
mother-daughter
excited
time.
because I love Emma
It's
Watson.
in theater again?
That's fantastic.
No, it's leaving theaters. It's almost out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Not yet.
Okay, cool. Well, have fun with that.
Thank you.
All right, so let me play this song for you. This is the theme song from the show Friends, and it should sound a little something like this. So you might recognize that if you've ever seen the show before. It's a really cool song on its own. Actually, I haven't seen much of the show, but the song is really cool. So let's learn how to play this song, and it's going to be a lot slower than that when we practice it. It's going to start on a G. So again, you're going to pretend like you're here in the studio with me, and you're going to find a group of 3 black notes, like those ones right there, or those ones right there. Just don't grab a group of 2 black notes like those ones. That wouldn't work out at all. You need to find a group of 3 black notes and take the middle note out of that group of 3 and drag it a little bit to the left. So go that way just a little bit until you land on a white note, and that note right there is called a G. And if you can play 3 of those in a row, you're already well on your way. You've got the most important part of the song so far. That is, I'll be there. And it'll be important that when you play this, that you actually say the words out loud as you go. So you're looking at the G, you're playing the G, but you're not saying G, you're saying I'll, and then be, and then there. Now, you need to go 1 note higher. That's why this little line is going up a little bit. And 1 note higher than a G in music is an A. So we're going to go up to this note right here. That's an A. And we're going to say out loud the word for. So we're going to play I'll be there for. And then come right back down to that G right there. And that is like half the song right there. If you can just play I'll be there for you. Because that exact same thing is going to come back right here. I'll be there for you, and one more time, I'll be there for you. So there's 3 of those that are exactly the same, I'll be there for you. So even if you didn't play the other notes, right here, when the rain starts to pour, you wouldn't have to play any of that. You could just play that part right there, and there's 3 of them. But let me show you actually, no, let's do this. Pretend you're in the studio. We're going to play that. You play the I'll be there for you. And then I'm going to play the other part. When the rain starts to pour. And then you jump back in. I'll be there for you. So it's like we're playing together. Let's try that. And of course, if you need to, pause and practice all these parts so that you can get this down and you can play along with me when I play the track. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and here we go. I'll be there for you. And then I'll play when the rain starts. Ready, go. I'll be there for you. And then I'll play the other part. Okay, go. I'll be there for you. And then you can just hang out and wait. So already, like I said, you've got like half the song down. If I teach you this other part right here, then you'll have almost everything except for the very, very, very ending. So right here, we've got a D. And in order to find a D, we're just going to do that thing that we did at the beginning where we like find a group of 3, or this time we're going to find a group of 2 though. So find any group of 2, and the note in the middle is going to be a D. So we use the black notes a lot to find the white notes that we're looking for. So that group of 2, and then the note right in the middle, that's going to be a D. And you're going to say out loud when, and then just go 1 note higher, which is why that line is going up, and then 1 note higher, which is why that line goes up, and then a little bit down, and then a little bit down, and you're actually going to go 1 more down from there. That would send you into this note right here, pour. So if you wanted to try that, you start on a D, you play when the rain, that's all up, and then you're going to go down to get to starts to pour. And that's the whole thing. That's all of the... And then you just jump back in with I'll be I'd probably recommend playing this with two hands. One hand is going to play the part that you were just playing, I'll be there for you, and the other hand's going to play when the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. So again, pausing and practicing wherever you need to, because this is a whole lot if you're going to try to add in this other section, which you don't have to, but if you wanted to, then that take a lot of practice, and then we're all going to play it together when you come back. Let's go. And a 1, 2, ready, and go. I'll be there for you. And here's the other part if you want to do it. When the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. Then the other part, like I've been there before, I'll be there for you. The other part. And then this is the very, very, very last line. And as you can tell, there's not even really words for it because it's not even a singing part. So this is just the guitar solo that comes in at the end, but it's really important. So if you want to skip it entirely, that's totally fine. Let me show you this real quick. This last one right here, 'cause you're there for me too. The last note is not a C. As you can probably see here, the last note is an F. So, 'cause you're there for me, instead of going down here, we're gonna go back up to that F, the same note we used for the word there is the word that we're gonna use for two. 'Cause you're there for me too. And just go down to an E at the very end of that, and you'll have both of those notes. So you can skip this part entirely. However, if you want to play the guitar solo, it's a D, D, C, D, E flat. So the note that's like, it's not an E, it's slightly lower than an E. So we call that an E flat right there. And then D, C, D, and then that's when the melody comes back in. Ooh. So all together it'd be, 'cause you're there for me too. Ooh. Like that. Let's try all of that together. Of course, pausing and practicing wherever you need to. And then when you come back, we'll play this all together. Everyone playing whatever version you're working on. 1, 2, ready? Here we go. I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before, I'll be there for you. 'Cause you're there for me too. That is all of the notes for all of level 1. Of course, we will practice that more. I know. That was our last time through. So we will practice that more on level 2. But for right now, Kendra, would you please tell us about our weekly activity?
This week is the Grand Staff Spelling, and if you write the names of the notes, they all spell words. Find the words and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram, and our mascot penguin will hook you up with 150 bonus points. Won't you, Clawful?
Yeah, that's a tough one for sure. So if you don't do it all in one day, that's all right. Maybe just do the first line on one day and the next line on another day, and split it up, because that's a lot of work. But if you can start doing that stuff, you'll be reading music like a level 3 or level 4 person before you know it. So that's really great. Today, we've got a lick of the day. It's our feature of the day. The lick of the day that I want to show you is this. This can work on almost any song that we play. It's just going to be, instead of, most of our songs end on a C. Before you play the last note of any song, this one here happens to end on an E. Almost all of them that we have end on a C though. Before you play the last note of whatever song you're working on, you're going to go down below that C 3 notes. 1, 2, 3. That's going to land you on a G, and you're just going to play those 3 notes starting there and moving down 3 notes, and then hit the C at the end. So don't play the last C, but instead skip down 3 notes, 1, 2, 3, and play 3 notes, 1, 2, 3. So let me show you what that would sound like in this song if we went right there. So if we do that with the track, actually, let me see if I can sneak that in. So we're looking for those notes right there. So go ahead and play along with me. right there. So a brand new ending for you to use. I don't think we've ever done that one before. And it works on almost any song. So that is your lick of the day, and that means it's time for mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Adrienne B, who says, Dear J-Man, how do I play bingo? So bingo is a game you can only play if you have music lessons in a box. We will send you the bingo card, and then you go to the student zone, and there's a link for the bingo video. And then you just wait and watch for the thing to be called out. You don't have to beat anybody else, so you can do it any time in the month. There's not like a right date to do it. And we update the video at the beginning of each month. So you just go to that one. It'll say on your card what month it's for. You watch that month's video, and then as the things come up, if Mozart pops up and you have Mozart on your card, then you cross that off. And then as soon as you have your card filled out, then you post a picture of that on Instagram or Facebook, or you can even just email it to us or text us the picture of your card, and then you get the points for that. So that's how you play bingo. You got to be Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, and I think that means it's time to tell you just a little bit of information that nobody else has. It's secret information.
Secret information.
And today, in our secret information box, we have some top secret information. The first thing. Oh, yeah, okay, so this is probably something you already recognized in the song, you just didn't know what it was called. So the secret information I want to tell you right now is that this thing that's happening where like it plays the same thing, but it just goes back and forth, that's called call and response. And that's like a special kind of song. So like the call right here would be something like this right here, I'll be there for you. And then the response is when the rain starts to pour. And then we do the same exact call, but then we have a different response. I'll be there for you. And then the next response is like I've been there before. So that when you have that thing, especially if it's sung by two different people, which it sounds like this one is, like someone sings this part and then someone sings this part, that's called call and response. Call and response. That's the first thing. The second thing. Oh, this is an important one. Okay, so then down here at the very bottom, we got this really weird note right here, this E flat. Like, why would an E flat show up in the key of C? Like, we usually use all white notes, right? Well, for just a second here, we change keys, but it's just a second. We call this a borrowed chord. So we're playing in the key of C, meaning we're using all white notes for almost the entire song, but for just a second, we switch to the key of C minor, which I don't think you really get into until, man, Classical Academy, like level 4 or something. And so this is called a borrowed chord. So it just means that instead of playing all white notes, we're going to play some black notes. Those are the notes that are going to sound good just for that one little part when we have that B flat chord. The B flat chord is something we're going to talk about when we get to a level 3 and 4 and 5. But for that little part right there, we're not playing all white notes. We're using this one. That's called C minor, and that B flat chord that we're going to be learning about is one of the borrowed chords from the key of C minor. So anyway, when we get there, I won't tell that to everybody who's learning the song at that point, but you'll have the secret information. And hopefully you'll have a prize if you were the raffle winner. Let's find out. Congratulations. Let us know what prize it is that you want. And for everybody else, let's level up.
Transitioning to Level 2. This may be confusing to Level 1 students, so please continue to practice the Level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.